The first thing that I want to ask you, I recognize that there's a struggle involved in accomplishing anything, and you've come here from all over. The first question I have is, have any of you ever been in a situation since you came to New York to make it where you didn't have any money at all and you had to sleep on a bench or in the park? You?
Yes.
You slept in the park?
I slept in
Wait.
St. Patrick's Cathedral.
What happened? You slept in St. Patrick's Cathedral? All right, what's your name?
John O'Leary.
And where are you from, John?
New Haven, Connecticut.
And first, what's your goal?
My goal is to succeed in music, have a record contract out, and perhaps, maybe host this show someday.
You're breathing right up my back. Okay, so you came here from Connecticut. How long ago?
Well, I'm still living in Connecticut, but I come into New York every now and then.
What were the circumstances that surrounded you having to sleep in St. Patrick's Cathedral? Spend the night there, you mean?
Well, I spent the morning there. I came in to meet this musician, and he didn't have time to see me. And I didn't have a place to stay, and I kept missing contacts with him. So at first I went to Grand Central Station, and I slept for an hour on the bench there in the waiting room, and a policeman kicked me out of there. And then I went to a telephone booth and pretended I was making a call, and like that. And the janitor kicked me out of there. And then this was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had some appointments later in the day. So I went to St. Patrick's Cathedral, and I sort of knelt down and just kind of crumbled and slept for a couple hours.
Prayer can help.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, how's your career coming so far?
It's great, and I'm also involved in politics. I ran for governor of Connecticut.
What party was that?
The Surprise Party is my own party.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, how about another story? In the back. Now, these are all straight stories. Before the show, we made a deal that all this stuff is honest stuff. Truth beats fiction. Yeah, what's your name?
Absolute fact. I came back to the city, moving back after having lived here and moved out of fear. Anybody relate? And I came back and I didn't have any money, so I went to a party of a group of people that I knew. They were all congregated at this party, and I figured, well, somebody will have a place to stay. They didn't. So I went to an apartment building of a place that I had stayed at, but those people were long since asleep. It was now 5 in the morning. The party was quite late. And I slept in their trash room.
In their trash room?
Yes.
Did they know you were there?
No. They were very, very much asleep.
And then what happened in the morning when you woke up? You didn't get emptied, did you, during the night?
It was very close. It's funny you say that, because the way I did wake up, I had to get to work at 10 o'clock the next day.
What were you doing? What kind of job?
I work as an answering service operator.
Can you please say, hold on a minute?
Yes, but not now. I've done it
Too many
at least 100 times this week.
All right, so...
I was awakened by the janitor who had trouble opening the door, and he couldn't figure out why. My body was leaning against it. The room was about half the size of that circle. It was very small.
And you
it fit
slept
me.
on the floor. Now, what's your goal? I want to find out what your goal is. Are you an actor, a singer?
I am an actor, and I hope to work in television and film.
Good luck, and what's your name?
Thank you. Bruce Eaton.
Bruce Eaton. Do you have an agent or anything?
Touchy subject. Thank you.
No, I was going to recommend the janitor. Yeah. Where did you sleep?
Now, I struggled. Now, I struggled for New York all my life. Now, I decided to leave New York and go to California with nothing in my pockets because of my marriage. Like 7 years. I'm a dancer. Oh, y'all, I'm a dancer. And I know I can do it.
That's it.
Right. Now, I went to California with a one-way ticket and 40 bucks in my pocket. Didn't know where I was going to live at all. I had about 40 bucks. Now, when I arrived at the airport, there was one black man standing there. I says, wow, maybe he can show me how to get to the city.
The brother's going to help me here.
Your brother going to help me, right?
I get the feeling what you're thinking. What did he say?
Now, imagine now, he's crazy. I don't know this. He's out of his mind. I don't know this. Now, me being positive as I am, I'm going to make it, this white person tells me, maybe he can help you because he's going your way. He only charge you $5 to get into town. From the airport, it costs you around $15, $20. Right. You know that, right? Now, I ain't gonna hardly pay my $40 for no cab fare to go in town when I know where I'm going. Right? Right. So he says, give me $5, I'll take you wherever you want to go. I said, great, let's go now. Boom. Now, I had a big old stereo. Quadrophonic. and 3 bags by myself, $40 in my pocket, but I'm gonna make it, right? I'm gonna make it. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know if it's in California. So he took me in his car and drove me all around. I said, take me to a place to get a job. He says, where you want to go? I said, anywhere. I don't care. Take me to a place to get a job. Because I never get a job. I have security. I have some money. I'm not worried about where I live at. I guess I touched his heart. So he took me into town. And see, in California, the levels are different. When you think it's the first floor, it's the basement, right? You know that, right? Okay, I went and I forgot the name of the building. But he took me into the personnel office, and I signed papers to just maybe be a keeper, something just to get me a job to work, because I have to work. He opens the door of all the big executive people, and he walks in. He says, can I be president? And I'm like this, like, hey, wait a minute, man, you know. Hey, don't do that to me, you know. You don't know them people. I don't either. Don't put me in jail. You know, I have $40 in my pocket. I can't afford to be in jail because he's messing up. I said, come on, man. He said, hey, my father is the biggest architect in California. He told me all I know, which all he knows is architect, which means everything is in his life is just school. It's all school. He've never done.
Can you speed this up a little bit?
Yeah.
I want to get to either where you had to sleep or what happened. Did they put you in jail?
No, what happened, I had $5 left after he took me home to his mother's house. He said, I could stay there. I could stay there. So I figured I'm going to stay there. So coming out, there was 4 cops. The mother called the cops because he was away. And the cops came up and told me to halt. I'm in a circle just like this. Only one way out. You know when you look at a helicopter and the helicopter pull away? Well, that's what it was. I was by myself with $5 in my pocket.
Well, where did you sleep that night? Where did you sleep?
I slept in a hotel for $5 a night.
For one night. Where'd you sleep the next night?
I went to acting school, the Lawrence Merrick Acting School. He gave me a job in Beverly Hills, California, where I stayed at 2 blocks from Donna Ross, and I went and won the Gong Show.
That's it. Hey, all right, we'll be back. We'll be back with other Gong Show winners and losers and more with this group right after this. The Gong.
I hope I get it. How many people does he need? How many people does he need?
Just tuned in. These are not the only people in New York who are struggling to make it in show business, but it's a fairly reasonable sample of them. I want to continue with some of the weird places you've had to sleep when you didn't have any money, and then we'll get into some of your goals. Hi, what's your name?
Hi,
Stand up.
my name's Roberta Elkins.
What do you do?
I'm an actress. I'm from New York, and I have left New York. I've come back. I came back in February. 2 weeks ago, I lost my job.
What job was it?
I was managing a store, working 6 days a week, 9 hours a day. Now, I hadn't done any of my work that I wanted to do since the summer. But because of it, I spent my time in the store alone, doing my own exercises. I had no one else working with me, so I did some writing and I did all the things I needed to do because I didn't have the money to pay for the schools and the other things that I did 4 years ago.
Then you lost the job.
I lost the job, and I have trying to pay my rent.
Right, trying to pay your rent.
And the day that I lost the job, it was Monday night at 8 o'clock. And that Monday morning, I had gone to the bank. I was sick for 2 weeks, but I still went to work.
But
and
you lost your job. I'm
lost
trying to
my
find out,
job.
where did you have to sleep?
I want you to know that I went to the bank and withdrew $3 out of my bank account.
How much do you have
and
left?
left $1 in, so my account wouldn't close. When I had to sleep somewhere where I hate to borrow money, and it's just, money to me is nothing. It's,
oh, no?
No, if it's there.
You don't want this. You don't want that money.
No,
it's not worth it.
That's not the point.
Right.
If it's there, it's there. You can be happy with it or without it.
All right, now look, taking a lot of time.
Okay.
The whole question is, where did you have to sleep?
I slept
Please.
in a car.
Whose car?
In my sister's broken down car on 72nd and Lexington Avenue,
Was it
outside
cold?
of my friend's apartment. It was freezing cold. The heater wasn't working, and it was about 5 in the morning. My parents thought that I would come home to
But
the
you didn't.
island.
Okay.
And I really.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
I still feel great, though.
All right, you had a story, right? Yes. Okay, we're going to move off this because I don't think anyone really slept in the park. I was hoping somebody slept in the park. What's your name?
Lee Goldstein.
The guy who won the Gong shows. He would sleep anywhere to get back on camera, I think. What's your name?
Lee Goldstein. And I'm a registered hypnotist with some natural psychic ability, and I'm going to be doing a show tonight, as a matter of fact.
Hey, good for you. Where?
And I want everybody to take my suggestion. It's at Chili's at 142 West 44th Street.
I'm leaving now.
All
right. Where did you?
At 11 p.m. This evening.
East?
West 44th Street.
142 West
It's only a
44th.
$2 cover, and I will be doing a full show.
I got it.
I slept on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, and got arrested and slipped out of the handcuffs. I'm not an escaped artist, but it freaked them out, whipped out a business card, and they let me go for some strange reason. I slept in my car in L.A. for 6 months, and if you're 6'2" and you have a small car, you learn to...
I got it. But so you're a hypnotist and
yes,
you
registered
perform as a
hypnotist, and it's all real.
performer?
No magic at all. It's all 100% real.
Suggestion.
I hypnotize 10 people out of the audience, each in a quarter of a second.
I bet
and
you
do a
wish
full
you could
show.
do it right now.
I'd love to, but I guess we don't have the
Unfortunately,
time.
we don't have
yes.
the time. Maybe some other time, though. Yeah, what would you like to say? What's your name?
Jason Calvin.
Yeah.
When I was in a band touring Minnesota.
You're a musician, right?
Yes, I am.
Let me see if I can guess. Bassist?
Nope.
Close.
Nope. Well, I don't know. How close
Drummer?
is piano? How close is piano to a bass guitar?
Well,
It
keyboard,
depends on
bass.
graphics,
What
I
difference does
guess.
it make? All right, go ahead.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan about 3 years ago, at about 3 in the morning, at about a 30-degree angle on the back of a tow truck, the rear end blew up.
While you were sleeping?
Well, no, we were driving.
Oh, I
and
see.
the rear end just died.
And then, so what happened?
So the tow truck towed us to the thing and just kind of left. And we just slept there.
Slept in the-
at
but
about
not since
that
you've been in
angle
New York,
with no
though.
rear end. Well, no, you don't need a van in New York.
No, that's true. But you've been okay, right?
Yes, I've been.
What's the toughest challenge you've had to face in your career so far?
Well, recently a pretty tough challenge. I just finished writing a song in Christmas for the hostages in Iran, a happy song. All the songs that have been written have been very unhappy. So I thought I'd write one. Actually, it started out as a Christmas song, and I couldn't get anybody in New York to play it. I got stations on Long Island to play it, but nobody in New York. So finally, I decided to make the song myself.
I wish I had a cassette.
Opened my own recording company.
And you record. I wish I had a cassette player to play it.
Well, I didn't bring one.
Maybe-
I
well, that's
didn't
okay.
want to get that
Listen,
pushy.
Good luck. No, that's good. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's shift over to just to meeting some of you and finding out some of your goals and how tough the struggle has been. Right, you're right here. Stand up. What's your name?
Brick Carnes.
Brick
Carnes.
Is that your real name?
Yes,
Brick.
it's my real name. It's from my hair.
Oh,
my
I
mother
see.
gave me the nickname.
Okay.
All right.
And what are you, an actor or a singer?
I'm an actor.
And how tough has it been so far, Brick?
Well, you see, when I was a little kid, I was an actor.
Where are you from?
Syosset, Long Island.
Okay, Long Island.
Originally. But, so then I was an actor until I was like 14. And then I quit because I wanted to play sports and stuff.
Professional actor?
Right.
Okay,
Commercials,
go
all
ahead.
that kind of thing, film. And so then I went to school, tried to make it in sports, tried to be a baseball player. That's what I wanted to be.
What were you, shortstop?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
But I was. And so I went to college for a year and a half. And I said, wait, I have a great opportunity. So I'm going to make it.
As an actor now?
Yes.
So where did you get your last paycheck?
Sacco Cafe. I'm a waiter.
Sacco Cafe.
Yes.
So you're studying and hoping to make it as an actor and working at the Sacco Cafe.
Well,
No, I understand. Where is that?
It's 77th Street. I live with my father right now, uptown.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Thank you
I hope
very
you
much.
make it, Brick. I like that. I like that name. Stand up. What's your name?
My name is Michael Landau.
And what's your goal? Michael
My
Landau?
goal. Michael
Oh, yeah.
Landau, right.
What's your goal, Mike?
To find something that I can really enjoy, and I've always been drawn back to music, so I guess it'll be to play some music and to do some more singing.
Piano?
Mainly
No, bass.
guitar,
Oh,
but a little
guitar.
piano,
Okay.
a little bass.
1 out of 3. That's
I had
it.
a job as a bass player and a singer going cross country in covered wagons in 1976 for the bicentennial. So I slept for 4 months in a covered wagon.
I think that's hysterical. Well, where did you get your last paycheck?
From the Singing Telegram Company.
So you go around and knock on doors and sing telegrams?
Well, I do a lot of the over-the-phone ones and write some of the jingles. A few of them dressing in the little red suit and going into restaurants or going
Isn't
into...
that embarrassing, though? Getting dressed up like
it's
Johnny
fun.
the Philip Morris.
It's fun. It's a
It
blast
is. It
because
is
you get to entertain people all the
And
time.
you're not discouraged, right?
No. Why be discouraged? It's
No.
fun.
Well, listen, we have a commercial, but this is a chance. This is the first. One of the things I want to, just a little bit of a chance. Now, We'll have a little conference. What I want you to do is about a 10 to 15 second singing telegram that gets us into a commercial saying that Midday will be back right after these important messages, which might be for singing telegrams or singing records. Okay?
Okay.
On stage. What's your name again?
Michael Landau.
Oh, Michael Landau. I'm sorry, I forgot it. Here's Michael Landau.
We'll be right back after a few important messages. We'll see you real soon. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Kindly stay tuned.
See me now, alone with Mr. B, who's waiting on me like he was a maitre d'. I hear my body saying they could see me now, my little dusty group, traipsing around this $1 million chicken coop. I'd hear those thrift shop cats say, brother, get her draped on a bed.
We're back, I guess. Now we're dancing around. Was that Shirley MacLaine? What's your name?
My name is Marilyn Lober.
And what's your goal?
My goal is to make it as a singer, which I am a singer. And the problem is
It's
that...
very congruent to have your goal and your occupation in the same actual field like that, rather than, you know, cattle rustling or something.
The hard part is that I work during the day as a secretary, but my heart is in singing. And that's where the struggle is. Get
Well,
it?
you have to earn a living, though, right?
Well, yeah, I earn the living being a secretary, which doesn't pay much either.
Where do you work as a secretary?
Well, right now I've just changed jobs. I've
Sort of between jobs and these secretarial? I understand. Well, listen, what if you were to open it, do you have an act?
Right now I'm involved with a band called the Sneaky Pete Band. I'm lead singer, and it's rock and roll.
It's rock and roll. Do they do old stuff or new stuff?
Original.
Original material.
Yes.
And when's the next time we can see you someplace?
Oh God! Right now, we're working in the studio, and it's a question of time.
How hungry have you gotten in your quest to be a rock and roll star?
Well, not as quite, hungry. It's psychologically disturbing to me because it's just who I am, and it's something that I just have to be. And what can I say? It's just something that I am.
You haven't starved though. You've worked as a secretary.
I haven't really starved.
What
No,
would
I
make
still
you
live
give
in a-
up?
Nothing is going to make me give up. Nothing.
Good.
If I leave. If I ever, lost my voice, it would be over. Really, it was just I wouldn't even want to live if I lost my voice.
You're
That's
not going
the
to
way I
lose your
feel.
voice. You're going to make it.
Well, I know
You
I'm
just have to
gonna
keep
make
thinking
it.
like that.
Yeah, that's
Good luck.
that's the struggle. That's the struggle in my
Good
life.
luck. All right. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Sandy Gordon.
And Sandy, what do you do?
I sing. I love to be an actress, dancer, or model.
Does that you have a thing you carry around? I say.
Yes.
Is this? How does this work, Sandy? Just flash this right on the street?
Yes, I've worn these all during the summer.
You want to sort of put it on right now so we can see how this goes?
Well, one of my things are broken, but one goes in the front like this, and one goes in the back of me.
The old sandwich board routine.
Yes.
And
Excuse me.
does anyone ever call 757-2684?
Well, I have a new number now. It's 757.
New number.
Yes, I have a new number, and it's 757, mind you, area code 201-3453.
That's 757-3453.
Yes, and yes, from New Jersey, and I come up here and I make money.
All right, now
I
listen.
wear my posters.
I want that you do make money?
Yes, I make money. I was in front of CBS, if they could remember me and my sister. I have two more sisters that sing also. And I come and I sing. I sing everything, anything they want to hear, and they drop money in my bucket.
They do, and you make money
and
that
I
way.
really make money.
All right. Of course, you don't have a bucket, but I'm going to ask for the very beginning of Enough is Enough. But I only want the Donna Summer part.
Okay.
Is there anyone here who will do the Barbara Streisand
I can
part?
do her also. I have two voices.
I know. The guy who won the Gong Show will do the Barbara Streisand part. I know that. All right. Ready? Just 15 seconds of it, okay?
My love life is boring me to tears. There's no sign of joy. I'd always dream I'd find the perfect lover. Ooh,
I feel so good. Right. What's your name?
My name is Sherry Namer.
And what's your goal?
To be an actress on the stage, theatrical.
Have you done anything yet?
Yes, I have. I've done, I was in a black musical.
Hey! Now, that's what I call interesting casting.
Yes,
How did that work out?
Well, it was very interesting. I played Barbara Walters in the first half.
You
and
played Barbara Walters?
Yes, I did.
Oh, as a white person.
Well, yes, she is.
I know she is. You see, I guess you had me fooled. I thought that you were cast as a black person in a black musical.
Wrong. And in the second half, I was Statue of Liberty.
Well, let's see what the Statue of Liberty looked like.
Really, you have to have the draping right, but it's something, you know, like... I don't know, something like that.
And where did you get your last paycheck?
From the New York Unemployment Office.
The patron saint of our guest today. I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Let me hop a little further back. I don't want to shortchange the people in the back here. Here's a guy with an orange tie. Hi, Bill. Nice to see you. What's your name?
John Giacchetti.
And John, what is your goal?
Bill, to be a superstar and just help out all the people in the world that really need it.
Sort of
The
like
guy that's down and
Muhammad Ali, John Travolta, one of those guys, right? Superstar.
It's got to happen, and this is a truest story you'll ever hear. I, who have show business running through my blood and have loved it all my life, you know what my last paycheck was from? Accounting. And anybody who has creative juices running into him, it's got to be the biggest downer.
Are you telling me that underneath that beautiful brown striped suit and that orange tie and that suave demeanor, you are a CPA?
Believe it or not.
You are.
However,
yes.
This
All
is
right,
true.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I did a woman's tax return the other day. She was an astrologer, and she's a palm reader also. She read my hand. She said, "You'll be on television this week." And I laughed it off. Honest to God, tonight I was on my way back to Westchester, and this woman on the bus turned around and said, "Hey, are you an actor?" I said, "No, but thanks anyway." She says, "Wait a minute. You want to get on television? You know Bill Boggs, that nice guy is on in the afternoon? He's trying to give you a break. Why don't you get down there and talk to him?" So I said, I'm so tired. And I said, gee, this could be it. Bill Boggs could be the hand of God coming down to touch me. So I jumped on the bus.
You jumped on the bus?
I flew down, and somehow I came in here. I'm talking to you now, Bill, and it's all going to happen. I see it as clear as day.
Except for one thing. You see, we always edit a few minutes out of every show. No, I'm kidding. It's a total joke. This is just going to go on. You are going to be on, and you want to be an actor and a superstar, right? Not just one or the other.
No, it's got to be both.
And your name again is?
John Giacchetti.
Remember the name John Giacchetti, actor / superstar / accountant. Good luck. Good luck. We'll be right back with more after this.
Read what I did for love, what I did for love.
Only in New York could you do a show like this. People from all over the country, all over the world have come here to make it big, including this woman. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Patty DeLowry.
And what's your goal?
My goal is to be in a Broadway show. I'm a singer, soprano, actress, and composer.
What have you done? So what's your last really good credit?
The last really good credit I'd say would be Damn Yankees. I played the part of Gloria.
Where?
In Midtown Upstairs Supper Theater in Omaha, Nebraska. Such a place does exist.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from the Bronx. I sang with Fred Waring's group. Yay for the Bronx.
You were with you were one of the Pennsylvanians.
I was a scholarship student for the summer.
Well, how old are you? You're very young.
Oh, no. Thank you very much. I'm 26.
26 is you're just at draft age.
I know.
We won't go into that on this show. But so, what's been the toughest thing though, trying to make it?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. The toughest thing for me has been this past summer. I developed nodes on my vocal cords. Any singers here that?
Yeah.
And I had to not only stop singing, but I had to stop talking for 2 weeks. In which case, I was walking around like a zombie with a tag. Please do not speak to me because I can't respond.
And so you had to cut out auditions during
Right,
this
exactly. So
Pretty tough.
it was really kind of rough. But
what is the weirdest job you've ever had?
I think the weirdest job that I ever had was walking dogs. For a living.
This hopefully was pre-cleanup days, right?
Yes, yes. Thank goodness.
It's really a tough job now. When you see that coming down the street with an army of 12 dogs, you know, they got those big hefty bags under there. It gets pretty bad. Anyway, walking dogs, how long did you walk dogs?
Oh, I lasted 1 day in that job.
Why?
Because the group that they gave me, they said was allegedly an audition trip, you know, and I fell for this. And it was a freebie for them, so I went out with 6 dogs. One was a St. Bernard, and one was some kind of mongrel, and the other 4 were huge. I don't know what they were. And I'm a dog lover, but after that, I don't like dogs so much. They just dragged me off Fifth Avenue onto the middle of the street. It was the pits.
The pits. Listen,
Yeah.
good luck.
Thank
Make
you
it
very
on Broadway.
much. I hope so.
Come back and tell us, okay? This guy. I have a feeling you have an interesting story for me. I don't know if I think you're the brother of the guy over there with the orange tie.
No. I sing telegrams for him. I used to anyway. I'm the singer. I'm the guy that comes up to the door, knocks on the door, and with the red suit and the red hat, and says, "Hi, I'm going to sing you a telegram." And the guy goes, "No, you're not." He's got his party of all of his executives there, and you sing him a telegram.
Well, listen, before we get you to sing a telegram, which we're going to make you do, what is your goal? To be a singer?
A singer, an actor, basically.
And what's your last best credit?
The best credit.
Yeah.
I did the Fantastics in Florida. I played a guy with the narrator.
Okay. So do you feel your career's going okay?
Right now, yeah. It has ups and downs, like life everywhere. As a roller coaster.
Have you ever done a telegram for any really famous people?
I can't remember. Yeah, semi-famous people who in the behind the scenes, people that run the newspapers.
Well, you want to do one now? Think one up, and we'll go into the next commercial with you doing your telegram, okay? Sit down and think it up, okay? Yeah, okay, up. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Tanya Pfeffer, and I'm a painter, not of homes and houses, an artist on canvas.
And where are you from?
I'm originally from Chicago, lived in Washington, D.C., and New York is the place to make it, so here I am.
As an
trying.
are you a certified card-carrying struggling artist?
I'm eating, so I don't know if I'm struggling.
How do you earn your money?
I do earn my money by selling my paintings.
Where do you sell them?
I sell them through galleries, through art agents. The hardest thing is to get into a gallery, and of course, being a woman, they don't think you're serious.
Is that really true that
Yes,
there's discrimination?
yes. They
That's a shame.
think you are not serious at all about your art. More men are involved in the galleries and so forth. So I've been really working a lot on my own, having open studios, and not walking around with paintings on my back, but I think maybe I'll try that next.
Well, good luck. We have a woman here who moved to, she was talking to me right before the show, another artist. Would you stand up? You moved here from Italy, correct?
I moved here from Carrara, Italy. But originally I'm from Israel, and I spent quite a few years in Paris on the way, sort of absorbing everything that I could in the
And you're a
history of art.
sculptor, correct?
I'm a marble sculptor.
Marble?
That's right.
Well, how is it going so far?
Well, I just moved here last year, so I'm a pretty fresh one in America, and I love it. I mean, it's moving. There's a very big interest in art, and I'm showing quite a bit.
Have you encountered the same kind of discrimination against you, being a female?
Well, along my years, yes, I'm 53 years old. I'm not 26.
And you're the only person in this audience who will admit it.
And I like to admit it because I say, look, it's me, how I look at 53, and I'm hammering and chiseling like crazy. I've got more energy than I ever had since I started doing that.
Let me see your handshake.
Oh,
Whoa, there's some strength in that hand.
Yeah, I'm pretty little, small,
Look what you
little,
did to my
strong
finger.
woman.
So listen, I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Bye.
All right, I have one other general question for the audience. Has anyone ever had to earn money here by posing nude?
Yeah, I did. Right here.
The guy who won the Gong Show. No, hi, what's your name? What did you have, what's your
Jerry.
name? And where
Jerry.
did you do this, Jerry?
At the Show World. One of the places
Jerry,
at
that's a
42nd
live
and
sex
Times
act,
Square.
isn't it?
Right. Simulated sex acts.
Simulated sex
Yeah.
acts. All
So
right,
I
before
also
we get
did,
into that, wait, what is your goal?
My goal is to be...
Your goal is to do it for real.
No, actually, my goal is to be a singing telegram. I mean, you know.
No, seriously, what is your goal?
Stand-up comic.
Stand-up comic.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing, is this really true that you had to do this, or are you trying?
Yes. I also did 10 minutes of stand-up before the act, and then I would run back, take off, you know, go back, get the woman. She would come out there. We would do a little scene, and, you know, there's... New York City has made me celibate. You know, really.
No,
You're celibate of this, you're celibate of that.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you
It's
that you
true.
did that.
Show
the
World
only
right at
reason, the
42nd.
reason I say that is because it was so easy for you to raise your hand. But the other reason is that they never would let you do stand-up comedy in one of those sex acts.
Well, no. See, you can only be into, and this is the truth. You have to be like into S&M because of the abuse doing the comedy, the people yelling at you. Take it off, get out of here. You know, it's
So it's sort of one of the very rare S&M
and
comedians in
right.
New York today.
Yes.
And then what?
I am the S and
someone
the
else
M
was
of
the
people.
M. The M are the people.
Right.
How long did you work at the live sex acts place?
Well, I do it like
rather
every
than
other,
the dead sex acts place across
I do
the
it
street.
like every other weekend, and it's
you
not
still
bad
do
money,
this?
Yeah.
Do you have fans, regular fans who come and see you?
They don't come to see me, Bill.
Some might. To do
no.
simulated.
Gay humor doesn't go over there, you know.
No,
so
I guess it's not. It's not. It's sort of a heterosexual crowd.
Right, and unfortunately, I'm not big enough, you know.
No, I
so.
guess not. Listen, good luck.
Thank you.
By the way, how much money do you make doing that?
Is that legal to say that? I mean,
yeah, sure.
You know, they give you about $60, $70 a night. You know, you do 7 shows or something.
7 shows, and it's all simulated.
Yeah.
So is the 7th show?
If it weren't simulated, it would be
7 shows a night. Be pretty tough, wouldn't it?
The women tell a different story.
I guess so.
About the simulation.
Good luck.
And stuff. Thank you.
Bye bye. Okay. Back to the singing telegram payoff right over there into the red light.
Okay. You want me to sing one? Yeah. Okay, this is to everyone here. Welcome to New York City. You're gonna have a gay old time. From Midtown to Soho, there's plenty to do. So jump right in and don't waste no time. Come see the lights on Broadway. Bring your razzmatazz along. Now it may take a while to get used to our style, 'cause the Gotham City rock's still dawn. It may take a while to get used to our style, 'cause the Gotham City rocks. The Gotham City rocks. Oh yes, the Gotham City rocks still dawn.
All right, we'll be right back. That was the extended play version.
Singular sensation, every step he takes.
Well, one of the things that you hear about when you're trying to make it in the business is, men, but particularly women, are forced sometimes to consider whether or not they want to go on the casting couch, meaning that they want to give sex in return for getting a job. Now, if you've come to New York and you really think you can make it, but you're starting to get desperate, I imagine that this could be a temptation. I'm certain that, not from personal experience, but at least I know I've heard stories of people who have had the opportunities to do that. So what about the casting couch? Anyone here want to share a story about that?
Mine wasn't that way, though.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, yours sounds boring. Oh. All right, stand up. What happened? First, what's your name? And
My
your
name is
goal?
Mona Wild. I'd like to act and sing.
Mona Wild?
Yes. Do you believe this?
Didn't I see your name on a marquee
No,
next
not
to
at
the
46.
simulated sex? No.
No.
All right, Mona, tell me what
I'm wearing
happened.
my business suit. You can't see it. No. It happens, I think, to very young, innocent girls. I was at one time. And
No more, Mona?
no, okay, it does. You go in looking for a job. It happened to me 3 times with 3 different producers who said they were.
What kind
and
of
I
jobs
came
were you
in,
looking for?
They were show business job. One was for a commercial. I did the commercial, actually. The man, I saw him during the day, and he said, well, why don't you come back at 6? And I did, thinking, wow. You know, I had prepared a reading and everything, and I wore, you know, I really dressed myself and put the makeup on, and just really, I wanted to do my best. And he came in. No one was in the office at all. I thought, okay, well, I gotta read, okay? And I go into his office with this big couch. You know, I mean, it's not just the lounge, it's the couch. And he says, well, Mona, do you know why I asked you here tonight? And I said, sure, I'm to read. You know, I'm going to do a commercial, and I'll read for you. I'll pull my chair over. I'll read. No, it wasn't at all. And he started taking his pants off, and I got very nervous.
I mean, now wait a second. Let's get this straight, because I'm always interested in what men think works. This guy, yeah, I mean, really, stop and analyze it. Here, the guy. He's a really subtle guy, right? He doesn't say a word. He just starts taking off his pants. Doesn't even say, we're going to attempt to do something. No, didn't even, not one.
He said, do you know why you came here tonight?
And you said, yes, I want to do a reading. And then he started taking off his, and then what?
He said no. And he, you know, lowered the lights, put the soft music on. And I said, well, I'm sorry, honey, I've got a date. And I did leave.
But you got the commercial, nevertheless.
I did the commercial. Believe it or not, I played a bra. The rest of me was in a blue leotard on a blue background.
And a chroma key, but you were a bra.
I was a bra.
How much did you get paid for being a bra?
For being there, $150.
Wow. Okay, and you had 2 other stories like that, right? Mona Wild, name to remember. You have a casting couch story? Stand up. What's your name?
Steve Weber.
Steve Weber, man with a casting couch story. What happened?
Well, I'd just like to sum it all up by saying that I feel that the upholstery on casting couches, they should not have the plastic kind because it's sticky, you know. It's hot.
What are you for, Naugahyde?
Velveteen, a nice little velveteen or perhaps.
What, let's hear what actually happened. Is this the truth? Did it really happen? Did someone try to take you on the casting couch, or is this a joke?
No.
No. Is it a joke?
Yeah.
Fair joke. What are you a comedian, an actor,
No,
or
no.
a furniture designer?
Student actor.
Student actor.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Now I want a real casting couch story. I've seen your hand up for every question I ask. I will get to the back row. This woman is transsexual? Yes. Whatever. Casting couch story? All right. How can I get to the back row? Stand up. And I will. No, I'll give it the old reach here. What's your name?
Melissa Eddy. And my casting couch story is 3 stories in one. You always wonder, you know, when you're struggling along in the business and you don't have any money and you talk to your girlfriends, oh, well, you know, maybe you would if it ever came up. And then I had one of the biggest agents in one of the biggest agencies.
Let's name the agent.
Anyway, first he invited me to have a drink to talk over some of my possibilities, and that seemed okay, you know, and I went and had a drink, and he asked me at one point why he had touched my hand and why my hand had sat so close to his. I said I didn't know. That was my only first indication. Then the next time, he laid the whole thing out for me, and I just wanted to say that I had absolutely no temptation whatsoever.
You were not
no
tempted.
temptation whatsoever.
Do you think your career would be further along if you had succumbed?
No, not really. I mean, my career is going to be wherever it's going to be eventually because I make it that way, and I didn't really have any temptation at
What
all.
do you do, Miss Eddy? What is your...
I'm going to be a Broadway actress and do film, hopefully, too.
Good luck. Where are you from?
I'm from California, Michigan, New Jersey, Wyoming, and Colorado.
Good luck. I
Thanks
hope
a
you
lot.
make it. I hope everybody in the audience makes it. I want another... Okay. Now, when I originally... Hey, you're wearing pink shoes. Far out. Look at these feet here. Not only are they pink, but they're about a size 14. Very nice.
Rock and rollers are weird.
I'll get to rock and roll in a second. When I asked about the casting couch thing, yours was the first hand to go up. What's your name?
My name is B.T. Taylor.
I believe it. Yeah. I really do, BT. And let's hear your story.
Yes, the first agent that I had an interview with, I had just featured in a movie called The Education of Sonny Carson. So I went out to seek an agent. So I went to this agent. I'm not going to mention his name, and I was recommended by a friend. So I went there and I sat down. I had the interview, and all was well. Then as I stood up to leave, you know, he put his hand on my shoulder, and then all of a sudden he slid his hand down, you know, between my legs, and I pushed him back, you know, and I left real quick.
He was going for more than 10%,
Yes,
wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Well, he scared me. I didn't go back to see an agent for about 1.5 years, you know, until I found out there was a female agency, agent that I went and got, you know.
Did she try the same thing?
Oh, I wish she had her.
Okay. You have one? A casting couch story in reverse. Yeah, here's the agent in this particular... What's your name?
My name's Tommy Bush.
And what do you do, Tom?
I'm a singer.
Singer?
Yeah.
And how could you have a casting couch in reverse?
I studied with a woman called Sevilla Fort for a long time, and someone came from Europe to see me in class, and they liked me, and they paid for my class. And
sort of like a sponsor?
Yeah. And about 2 or 3 years later, I always wondered why this man paid for my class. He's very old. And I finally went to Europe, and I found out why. And I agree with her. You know, I did it, but I wish I hadn't, because I think my career would have went okay without it.
But he'd been paying for your class for a couple of years. That's like the classic patron type story.
Mm-hmm.
But for a few years, he didn't try anything, and then he went to Europe.
Yeah.
Did you
It's real
feel
strange.
really guilty afterwards?
Yeah.
Several months later, after
Well,
did
no,
you get involved
immediately
with the
after.
guy?
In fact, I left the guy's house, and I went to Rome.
But did you feel a sense, because he had paid for your classes, a little bit of a sense of obligation?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
So forget about that. What was the last thing you got a paycheck from?
Howard Johnson's. That's where I work now.
Howard Johnson's?
Yeah. And also, I did a nude musical with Marilyn Chambers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
I
big
heard
flop,
it was
but I did it.
pretty sexy show, though.
Yeah, it was a good show. I had
Didn't you
some
get
good
embarrassed
songs.
getting out
no,
there nude?
No, it's okay.
Want to do it now?
No.
We'll be back. We'll take a break and get back with more stories. I will get to the back row right now. Welcome back. I want to get a couple of people who are on the back row. I need to ask you to, well, just stand up. We have light. Let there be light on you. What is your name and what is your goal?
My name is... It's so long.
Well, wait a second. This is not supposed to be a casting couch story.
No, I don't want it. No. My goal is to do performance in poetry. In other words, to bring more poetry into the media of America. I think it's...
That is not a very commercially viable goal. That's a tough one.
It is not, however. If it is planted properly and we have all this talent around us that could perform and dance and sing and act the material rather than do boring recitations, America would love it.
Well, good luck. Where's the last place you worked with your material?
I just did it at Oscar Hammerstein's old penthouse on 5th and 53rd on Sunday.
Oh, you do a poet who does
Yes.
house calls. That's good.
Well, for a nominal fee. No, I don't do cleanup service. No.
No, that's what I meant. You go and...
No, we do. We're doing Eliot and Cummings and all these scholars, and we're hoping to introduce new people as well. And my goals are to achieve that into fine arts, because I think it's very special.
Well put. Okay, now, you have raised your hand several times. Can you stand up? Thank you. You can give us... Just move over one step, thanks. You can give us your casting couch story if you want.
Okay.
But first, your name.
My name is Lucy Ray.
And what do you do, Lucy?
I'm a singer,
Lucy
actress,
Rang?
comedian. Ray, R-E.
Because Lucy Rang was a title of one of those films over near where that guy just...
Oh. No, but my goal is really to have my own I Love Lucy Ray series, because I fear that Lucille Ball is probably tired by now. She's made her $50 million. She's had a second husband. I haven't even had one. So it's, it's I'm a Taurus, which
Oh, well, then you'll
Carol
do it.
Burnett, Shakespeare, Barbara Streisand,
The
Lucy
big three.
Ray. Right. No, but really, I got on one of these TV no, really, the biggest struggle of my life was overcoming my inhibition about the possibility of a casting couch situation.
So
because my mother said,
I understand.
nice girls don't go into show business. So for 33 years, I was a secretary. And then I realized they're not all going to get me to the couch anyway. And I was on a TV pilot, and I told some of my crazy lyrics. I write things like, I've got a man, he's an awful garbage can, but I love him. And I write comedy.
Crazy lyrics.
So somebody
crazy.
took me home, and he said to me, Lucy, he said, you're perfect. I wish I could tell you the series. It's one of the biggest and best comedians, and he didn't know anything about this, so you can't blame him. But this guy said, Lucy, you're exactly the type we need for this show, because Mr. So-and-so, who I will remain nameless because I'm going to tell you, he said, needs a crazy girl like you who would be knocking on agents' doors like I was raising my hand, trying to break into show business. So he said, but you can't be the little inhibited girl you are. He said, after all, you're going to meet all these writers, and you're going to have to, he says, for one thing, you're going to have to work in my apartment with me.
Okay, speed it up now. Let's get to the old punchline here.
So he said I could make $700 a week to begin with, and then who knows where it would have gone.
Doing what?
Well, meeting with the writers and being on this great TV show. Now, doing
I'd like to pay you $700 just to go to meetings. All right, go ahead. So what happened?
So nothing happened there, but I want you to know that my little chihuahuas got me on a Woody Allen movie recently.
The new Woody Allen film?
Yeah.
Well, listen, Lucy.
6,000 people showed up and we got taken.
I believe it.
But
I
Bill,
believe you got taken. No, seriously, Lucy, thank you, and good luck. But I wanted to give you a chance.
Can I give my answering service number?
Oh, wait. Please, just a second. Lucy's about to give her answering service number.
Yeah, 'cause
and
I'm
that
still a
man in
little
the back is your operator. What is your number?
Judson 2-4240. Right.
That's.
I'll give you the rest of the
All right.
Hi.
What's your name?
Annette Joseph.
You must work for an answering service.
No, I don't.
What do you do?
I'm just thinking whether I should give you the casting story or the goal.
No, what is your goal?
I'm an actress. I just want to be a working actress. Thus far, I have been a working actress. A couple of commercials, that kind of thing. However, my last unemployment check is coming, and I have no idea what I am going to do. My last commercial is off the air in March, so I'll see. But I did think, I was sitting here thinking, oh, I don't have any casting couch stories.
And then?
Pow! Like 3. The worst, though, was, and I will use this word, I mean, I was really a virginal young woman. I traveled far and wide. I was in Israel. They were shooting Jesus Christ Superstar. I thought, wow, this is my chance to break into showbiz. And you know, in Israel, it's a big thing when they travel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem 1 hour. You take a suitcase, you pack a bag. I did it. I get there, they say, you, great, can you work? I'm excited as hell, really. I think this is it. Okay, they say to me, I'm really naive, you have to understand. Stay in the hotel. You can stay in the hotel here. I do. To make it short, I'm in this bedroom. I'm alone. I'm at peace. And all of a sudden, 2 men come in, one of whom is a really old Arabic man, and the other a young, tough Israeli. And I swear to God, this is not embellished.
Go ahead.
They start fighting in their respective languages over who is going to take me in bed. At which point, this is really, I just was sitting here thinking about it. I just got crazed, and I left the hotel, and I ran out in the middle of the night, finding my way back to Tel Aviv. It was really terrible, as I remember.
Did you know either of these guys?
No, I was just, you know.
I mean, the assumptions, really. I mean, we're having fun on the show, but the assumptions that people make are unbelievable.
I was really young. I was with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
She said, do it, you know.
Do what?
No, not that.
Oh.
And I stayed there. But actually, to get away from that, I just want to be able to work and earn my money, not doing things like being a bingo caller. You know,
Did you do that?
Yes, I did. I did. And they would scream, where's the fire? I mean, you couldn't do anything right, you know. B-72. I just want to be able to work.
Where were you a bingo caller?
In a church in Brooklyn.
How much did you get paid for calling bingo?
Oh, I think it was something, I got paid a lot. It was $5 an hour at that time. That was a lot.
I guess so. All right, when we come back, you know what I want to do? I want to go around our circle here and hear some of the crazy jobs you've had during the struggle, okay? So get the craziest ones on the front of your mind, and we'll be right back. Okay, everything about it is appealing except some of the bizarre jobs you have to work at. Let's concentrate on that. Hi. What's your name?
Stanley Zaroff.
The worst. First, what's your goal, Stanley?
My goal is to have my own TV series, to be a stand-up comic, and to go out to California and have my own series.
Well, why are you here in New York?
Because I need to get my stand-up comic act together.
Oh, it's a good place to do it here in New York.
Yes, right here.
Okay, Stanley. So
one of the weirdest things I ever had to do, friends of mine are in the business, they're very successful, and they said, while we're doing a Broadway play, would you come down to the village and live in our brownstone and keep our 3 children and our dog and our little thing? So I was their nanny, their cook, their maid, their mother, their father. I had to get one to school by 6:30. I had to pick one up at noon. I had to come home and clean the house. I had to cook their meals. I could not serve her little Hershey bar until 5:30 that afternoon.
Well, what did you think of domestic life?
I hated it. You know, so that's why I have a live-in girlfriend now, so that she takes care of me.
Sexist.
No, absolutely. I now know how it feels because I did it. So yes, I agree.
Well, she must like this job that you've given her, this girlfriend of yours.
No, she's out working for the New York Telephone Company.
Yes, climbing poles to support you.
Absolutely.
Okay, next crazy job. Someone I haven't spoken to. Yeah. Your name, pal?
Giacomo Agostini.
And what's your goal, Giacomo? I like the name Giacomo.
Thanks. I'd like to be an actor and commercial model.
Okay, are you doing any of it now?
Practicing. Going to school for...
Let's see a model pose.
Oh, gee. I don't know.
How about
they ask for this.
Let's pretend.
They ask for this.
What do they want? How about... Yeah, they tell you... No, you do. You have a very rugged look. How about into this same camera over there? The red light will go on over there. Let's see the most macho shot that you can possibly summon up. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
No? Yeah?
It was sort of the same as the other one, I think.
I don't know. What do they want me to do?
I don't know.
Angry, mean. They ask for all kinds of things.
So the craziest job you ever had to work, Jocko?
I do a lot of construction work. I went as far as going to Alaska to work to make some money. That was pretty crazy.
What did you do in Alaska?
Construction, pipeline work, road work.
So are you working at that now?
No. That's the complete other end of the stick as far as the kind of people that you work with.
Yeah.
I'll do anything for money right now, you know, to get me through. Well, not any, almost anything.
I know.
Almost
Okay,
anything.
good luck.
Thank you.
Another crazy job. This fellow with the little tie. I like that tie. What's your name?
Richard Lebois.
Just tell me what it was, Richard.
4 things quickly.
Yeah.
I worked for a massage parlor for a while. I worked as a telephone solicitor. I worked as one of those people that spray paints the sidewalks for advertisements. And for a real estate office.
And what is your goal? What do you want to do?
My goal is to be a top New York environmental designer. Interiors, exteriors, and landscape. Right now I'm managing a restaurant in Great Neck that you should all come to called Nature's Retreat.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Tell me what your name and your goal.
I'm Victoria Ryan. I'm an actress, and my goal is to be the best I can possibly be. I sold cookies in Central Park last summer. And also ice cream that melted all over the place, and it was just a real mess. And, well, that's about it.
What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm working part-time for my agent as his receptionist.
Well, now you're in the business, though. That's better than selling cookies. Yeah.
How you doing?
What's your name and your goal and stuff?
Randy Ruiz, and I just want to be the best at what I can do.
And do you have any idea what that is?
Not yet.
Actor, singer?
Actor. I've been on Broadway, done a couple of small movies, a commercial.
What did you do on Broadway?
Runaways.
Runaways, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the craziest job you ever had, Randy?
I used to walk into restaurants and stand on their stoves, and you know the big fans above the stoves? I used to have to walk into them and clean them out with ammonia.
While they were stopped, right?
Oh, yeah. I used to cut my hair if they were on, you know, just right into the blade.
That must have been terrible.
Yeah, the ammonia, the fumes, everything was like...
How long did you do that?
2 weeks.
How much did you get paid for doing that kind of work?
$7.50 an hour.
Anyone else here want a job like that? All right, right next to you. Hi. What is your name, your goal?
My name is Anthony Santiago, and I intend to be a cartoonist in New York City.
Good luck.
And the weirdest job I had was being a guard in a warehouse while they were breaking into the place and taking shots at me. I was in there. Unfortunately, the agency that hired me believed that I wasn't doing my job at the time. Meanwhile, I'm ducking bullets. They think I was doing my job.
How much you get paid for ducking bullets like that?
$125.
Listen, good luck to you. That's it. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
You didn't get hit, did you?
No, I didn't. My partner did.
The fellow right behind you there.
Yes, my name is Peter Martinyuk, and I'm an actor, hopefully theater and movies myself. I was a security guard in L.A. for the Twin Towers, and the thing is that what was unique about that was that I was a supplier for the construction workers. Like, for example, the flowers that cut chains in some of the suites, well, I would get them, hand them out to the construction workers, and they take them home to their wives, their girlfriends.
Sell them to the hippies and then beat them up.
Also, in my building, I had Hustler magazine. So I would get some magazines, pass them out to construction workers, whatever, you know. Also, construction workers wanted a, you know, during the lunchtime, wanted a little, you know, fun. They take one of the secretaries. I take them upstairs to the top of the building where it's empty. They have their fun. I take them back down. That was it. It was great.
You gave up that for acting? Okay, yeah.
My name is Christine Turkman. I'm an actress. I worked in an intensive care unit, a coronary care unit, an open heart recovery unit, and an operating room. I never expected to be there. I was a drama major in theater, but it's fascinating.
Life and death circumstances.
Yes,
I mean, that's one of the things you learned in acting, right?
I guess so. The thing that I wanted to say, this brings me to my point, is that when you see health professionals around you, they all work extremely hard, but you know they're going to get there. And I think one of the struggles that actors or any performing artist has is that, by and large, they're very bright people, and yet, if they were in any other field, they would be assured of success. And in theater, you're not.
No, that's right. There's no guarantee. But I think if you have the talent and you stay with it and just stick to it, it will happen. It may not happen in the time that you want it to happen, and it might be tough along the way and boring and stuff like that, but I think it can happen. And you have to really believe in yourself. But I also think you have to have the talent originally. I see a lot of hands. I want to get back to the man with the pink shoes here. Okay, stand up, would you please? What's your name?
Tom Cat.
Tom
Cat. C-A-T-T.
I believe that.
It's a stage name.
Okay, Tom. Craziest job you ever had to work?
Putting up posters up along Broadway, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, pasting them up, these rubber suits.
Why'd you have to wear a rubber suit?
So the paste doesn't get all over you.
Oh, God.
And by the end of the night, the paste is like 2 inches thick all over you. It's just a really messy
So they
job.
peel off the rubber suit?
Just about.
Where are you working? You working now as a singer?
Well, I'm not a singer. I'm a rock and roll musician.
Oh, musician. What instrument?
Guitar, lead guitar.
Yeah, good luck. Where can we see you next?
Well, I'm with a band called the Harlots, and we're changing our name to Viper. And
wasn't that the group that was with Bette Midler?
Oh no, that's the Harlots. Everybody says that. Nah.
What's the group you're with?
The Harlots.
And what's the group she's with?
Harlots.
Oh, Harlots.
She's not with them no more, though.
No, I know that, but it's not that far off.
No.
Okay. Listen, we'll take a break and return. Don't go away. Thanks.